Yes, welcome the divine beings of the light that call yourself part of the Clown Army. We are here this evening to do a special. Eric Lewing, who is just an awesome person, on the 13th of September at 20 to 1 in the morning, put up a post saying, I have a challenge for you all, make a track using only one synth, any style or genre, only rule is all sounds created with one synth. Let's see what you've got. So, like, Eric put this out at like 20 to 1 and I'm thinking to myself, this is not going to fly, nobody's going to see it, it's going to pass under the radar, all the English people are asleep and it's just going to blow over. There's going to be like a couple of tracks in the thread and, you know, it'll be about a 10-minute show. Not the fucking case. We have 50 tracks in this thread this evening, which means a 5-hour show. Now, before we kick the show, welcome everybody who's just joined us, by the way. A few people in. Eric, of course, Will, Valdi, got it right this time. Inky the Cat, Jen S, Brad's in the building. Who else we got in there? Fabian, Actionless is in the building again, and so am I. Like I say, it's a little bit early, so I'm expecting people not to know that we're on right now. If you could share the stream and hit that like button, that would be awesome. But I think we should clear up what one synth per track actually means. So, I'm going to play you the videos that Eric did of his building of a track, and I think that would be the best way to do it. Sergio's in the building. How's it going, my man? No, I didn't. Oh, man, I'm really sorry. Baldi, I'm really sorry. Right, so yeah, let's just hop on in to see what Eric wanted from us for this one synth, one challenge. Are we ready? This is Eric's video demonstration of what it should be.
Out of this guy, this is the synth I've been using. But I'm going to try to go through my kind of one track made with one synth process here, how I've been kind of approaching it. I'll give you an example here, like making some hi-hat sounds, some kind of drummy sounds out of this guy. This is the synth I've been using, the SE02 by Roland. So getting right into it, I got this keyboard over here just for triggering notes, you know. Alright, that's triggering this guy, so I like to start with making my drum sounds an easy little thing here. If you crank down the volume of all the oscillators, crank up that noise here, now you got, here, let me open that filter back up, just the noise. Here, no notes, no oscillators, no notes, just that noise. So at that point, when you got just that noise, you can start playing with the, I guess, ADSR, the attack, decay, sustain, release, you know, the kind of filter envelopes right there. I don't know, I just honestly just set it to some random things here for this demonstration, but now when you cut that filter back, it's just all sorts of different sounds. I mean, you can build on that until you get what you want. Once you get what you want, I've been recording it into this Ableton track here. See? Once you get it into this Ableton track, get your sample, loop it down to where you want it. Then been dragging it on.
Oh, Corey, this could be a long one as well. Sorry, mate. I meant to tell to message you.
Over here, I'll show you.
I've had a real hectic day. Things have just slipped by. Really sorry, mate.
Snare. Closed, open. Once it's in the drum rack, you can process the sounds a bit more. EQs and whatever you want, reverbs, stuff like that. Then you can make little MIDI clip, little drum parts and stuff. So, for instance, this guy here, all those sounds are made with this being sequenced by the drum rack.
Right, so did we all understand that, yeah? You have one synth and you have to make every fucking noise with that one synth, alright? Eric was showing us there that it was he was using an SEO2. There's a couple more videos there, but not too sure I want to play all three at the moment because I'd like to move the show on a little bit. So, One synth means every noise, every hit, everything has to come from that one synth. So if you're using groove boxes, no problem, but it's got to be a sampling groove box, and you've got to be able to sample a synth patch to be able to make your drum hits. So I get the feeling tonight that a lot of tracks are going to be disqualified. That doesn't mean they're any good, or they're not any good, or that you know the people have done well with them. That's fine, but some of those may not fit within the criteria for which Eric has wanted this to be. Right, are we all clear what is going on? Say yes, Cloud, at the top of your voice. Right, I do love special URLs. They feel really, really different to the awards. Right, screw it. Let's go for. All right, let's go for the second one. Let's see what he's doing now.
Part 2.
It's only a minute long.
I kind of showed you in the last one the drum loop that I made out of all sounds that I created on the SE02 there. So I always like to start with my drums.
Same here. Always start with the drums.
You know, structure of the song. So
It's got a point.
To the next thing I like to do is work on the bass. So the SE02 is stupid easy for making bass sounds. I mean, even the stock preset patch that comes with it is quite okay for making bass sounds. So
the SE02 is basically a Moog in a Roland dress.
The track there, get a little sample, get a little something I like over here. Once I find it, record it to that track, sample, cut the loop back, move it on over to its own little track where you can process it, EQ, whatever. And from there you have
all those hits are coming from the SEO2, and that's the challenge here. Every hit must be coming from that one synth.
So that's kind of the drum and bass process. So
wow, this is the URL. We talk over everything, mate.
Building on top of that.
And also, this guy, all he's doing at the moment is showing you. This is just me showing you what Eric wanted from you guys. Yeah, one synth, every noise coming from that one synth. Right, that's video 2, and here's video 3.
Part 3. So I kind of went over the bass and the drums and how I kind of captured those and built the skeleton of the track I'm working towards here. You know, once you get that skeleton, you can easily just start loading up on it, you know, building layers and finding different things that sound cool with it. And that's basically it. So you see here I found 3 other synth parts here. I have the mute so I can show you. Second one. It's pretty cool. Keep doing that. So, the 3 other parts there that I found, and you know, like I built them with this and recorded them same way I did the bass and drums, put them on their own track, processed them, EQ, whatever, you know. Once you got that going, then you can, because it's Ableton, and why the hell not, build yourself a little arrangement out of it. So, I got a little arrangement here, and this is the thing I'm going to be sharing a little bit later.
Be thankful I don't have a co-host in the show.
A little bit here.
You'd never hear anything.
Finished. And I'll be posting that to the thread. So the whole point about this whole thing is just, you know, to do something outside of the norm that you normally do and step out of your comfort zone and stuff, I guess. So we always get kind of wrapped up in, oh my god, I gotta finish this track and I gotta, all these expectations and the pressure and stuff, and we forget to just forget about that crap and have fun. It's music, you know, it's supposed to be having fun. So In the process, I've learned a whole bunch about this little guy here. Quite powerful machine.
The SEO2 is a wonderful box.
I'll be posting this in the thread, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
It is the only boutique that I wish I'd gotten my hands on is the SEO2. Okay, so are we all are we all clear on the rules now? You have to make one track using one synth, okay? Every hit, every sound, every swell, every pad, every bass, every acid line, everything has to come from that one synth. Are we all clear? Say yes, Klein. Right, we can move on. Let's attack the thread. And who is first? Check this out, right? Like, my job is not hard enough anyway. How many comments we got in this fucking thread? 478 comments. So finding them might be a little bit difficult. And if you put them in a sub-thread, you ain't got no fucking chance. Right, who is first up? First off, Tomasz Kowalski. Okay, here we go. Right. I'm going to try not to talk through it. Oh, excellent. And a video to go with it. Wait, no, that's an ad.
Like, this is...
There we go. Gonna need to have the thread up as well, I think, just so I can read what they're saying about it. Okay, well, he's using an ESX. I've got one of those. Yeah, I like the ad track too, Mr. Wiggly. Anyway, here is the poll where you can vote on who you think did the best, or, you know, or whatever. It's not really a winner. But, like, you know, the track that you liked the most. Let me just find the thread. There we go. I'm not sure we can count this one. So our first track of the night is a disqualification. Where did those drum hits come from? Okay, so without knowing exactly where those hits came from, I don't know if we can include this in the challenge. Did he sample them from one of the ESX synth engines into the drum parts, or did he just use drum parts that were already there? So I'm not too sure we can use that one within what this means. Please tell me your thoughts on this, because I'm just running the show. This is Eric's baby, essentially. So there's our first one. Good moody little track, just not sure it fits within the one synth challenge. Right, let me just drop a... Oh, I'm already subscribed there. Excellent. Moody little track, nice use of kit on an ESX, and just one step as well, you know. So you know, he was testing himself on that one, and I like that. But hey, does it fit within the rules for what this wanted? YouTube's going to be a right pain in the ass, isn't it? Right, what does Charlie say about his track? Okay, so Charlie says, did this a while back, not a track as such, and is, but all done on the MS-20. Right, so Charlie is informing us that everything for this track came off of the MS. The hits, everything. Dominic Hawkins off with his head, one synth. I mean, it was one synth. This is Charlie Ryan, by the way. If you don't know who Charlie Ryan is, please, for the love of God, get over there. Get over to his channel, show him some love. And yeah, slap that like button, as Dean Daughters has just said, everybody. Please slap that like button. On yourself there, mate. That is perfectly right up the street for this challenge. That was one synth. You made that sounded like a track to me. All you needed to do was sequence it a little bit more, and you'd have, like, you know, a 5-minute long track there. As it is, it's only 2 minutes long. But well done, Charlie. That's our first entry to the show this evening that I believe has hit this nail right on the head. And Charlie's a master at making tracks, so you know. Right, who is next? Brad, we almost missed you by putting your... Oh, it's a WeTransfer file. Making my life hard. Making my life hard. Making my life hard. Right, where are we? 200 and some comments. This is going to take a while, people. This is going to take a while. Okay, Darren Wong, I'm pretty sure you put this in the other day. To the URL, yeah. And again, it's a 7-minute track. You're not getting the whole thing played. And again, I'm not sure whether you sample, because the ES1 is a sample machine. So did you load your samples up beforehand, or did you use a synth patch to create these sounds to get them in there? Again, I think this is a disqualification, but I need some more input on this. So again, people, does this adhere to our one synth, one track challenge? This is a sampler that holds no synths whatsoever at all. Mr. Wiggly says no samples for drums. That's the whole point. Off with his head. Yeah, and like I say, he put this into the URL a couple of weeks back. It did not go down that well. Yes, it's one box. Yes, it's one box. Yes, it's not really a synth though, is it? It's a sampler. I've had this Electroid myself. Yeah, we need to ask Eric. Will Joseph says sorry, disqualified. So that's 2 for a disqualification now, and no for yeah, this works. So under those rules, there we go. Like I say, we heard that at the URL a couple of weeks back. Matt Lewis sticking something in. Apparently this is Matt Lewis's Windigo, and he said that all these are coming from an R3. I don't even know what an R3 is. Fucking intro on that. But apparently all these sounds came from an R3. I don't know what an R3 is. But it was a pain in the ass to program the sounds in. So apparently this is all one synth. Have I missed Morgan? No, I haven't. Brilliant. Says, but what's the difference between a sampler and a rompler then? No idea. One says romplers don't record. I thought romplers just played samples. Nice kick on this, Matt. Loving the kick on this. Yeah, so Mr. Wiggly informs us that a rompler is the same as a sampler. You just can't record your own samples in it. Yeah, isn't Connect a rompler? That is the link to the poll. Actionless, virtual analog's fine, digital's fine, analog, virtual analog, ACB, analog circuit behavior, they're all fine. They're all, you know, just as long as you've used that one synth to create all the noises that went in that track. Matt, lovely track. Going to give you an 8 on that one, fella. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure I've heard it before. Probably pretty sure I've given you a mark like that before as well. Right, that has come in. We'll just load the next one up. Morgan. Okay, so let's just get Morgan up whilst I... 4 minutes, I'll let the intro play. This track was created as part of a One Synth challenge in the Unsigned Review Live playlist Facebook group. It was, I used Carbon, Electrosynth, 4 oscillators, some weird limited fixed modulation at LFOs, and envelopes, and handy FX. 11 instances of Carbon, 2 instances used for the kick layer, and clean kick from a preset. Lighted and modified it slightly, but with a distorted version of the same kick. Tried to create a snare sound myself, but failed, so used the sound I created and whacked it into the same FX chain, involving saturation, EQ, knocked up the arrangement in Cakewalk, which kept crashing, so stopped and exported it. Okay, Morgan, this is you. Sorensen has just sent me a picture of an R3. I remember that synth. I was never tempted for it. Brad says, do external effects count as one synth? Only if you're pulling all the noises from it. This is a virtual instrument synth. Carbon Electric apparently is the VST. Yeah, you can add whatever you like within a DAW or within a sequencer or whatever. It's like that guy who put the ESX video in the beginning. If he'd have sampled the kick and the hit noises from the synth engine, then it's all good. You know, you can add effects to it. You can do whatever you want. Whatever the box that you're working on will allow you to create. You can add to it, just as long as the original sounds all came from one synth. Inky, you did what Warren did. Warren did his track as a from the Neutron as well. We actually finished recording it the other day. But competent track. Started off really well. Moving 81 just joined the party. How's it going? Right, so so I don't have to pick these apart for composition and, you know, whether they're a track or not. I just have to adjudicate as to whether or not these tracks were made with one synth and all those noises came from one synth and it is actually a track. Yes, Morgan, you did that absolutely perfectly. Yeah, I don't have to mark things tonight. You just got to play them to you and move on. It's up to you guys to mark them, you know. Vote for which one I guess we're voting for which track adhered to the rules the most and which track appealed to you the most. I guess I'm not 100% sure on this one. Again, we need some rules. Right, there's Eric's showing you what's going on. Oh yeah, Brad, you do have another one in. Oh no, it's gone. Right, well, so we'll play Brad's track from here. Brad, you're online. Tell us what you did. I believe this is coming from Complete. Okay, so Brad says could have added machine and NIFX. I used Massive X, 12 drum instances, 8 synths, and built effects within the virtual synth itself. Okay, so this passes all it needs to for a one synth challenge. Sequenced, exported from machine. People are saying this doesn't count. Why? Tell me why. Brad, did you sample the drums? Did you make the drum hits yourself? Says, of course it doesn't. The drums are samples. Yeah, it definitely counts if you made the percussion himself. Okay, no samples used, just Massive X. Okay, so again, another good track. Rolled along nicely, did well. Yeah, not marking things is a bit weird. I can fucking tell you, it's really fucking weird. Right, so that was Brad's track. Don't forget there is a poll. So if you want to go and vote for whichever one you think hit the challenge on the head, like I say, we've got 50 in the goddamn thread to go. So yeah. Right, I don't think this one is going to count. It's an MC307, single live take, no edits. But again, the 307 is a groove box and has all the drum samples already in it. Does this count? Valdi says just mark them so you feel in your natural habitat. Yeah, I might have to. Right, we're going to listen to a little bit of the track, but again, this one's disqualified. Yeah. So, Benjamin, this is the EMX, and all in here is where all the drum parts live. Is it one synth? I guess so, but this doesn't qualify for what we want. If I'd have used the ESX, the keyboard parts, and then sampled the drum parts from the keyboard parts, we're in. But if I use this box with the drums already there, that's cheating, because you haven't made the drums yourself, and that's the whole point of this challenge, is to make the drums yourself. Dean Daughter says, you're out of there. Yeah, I have to agree. Stevie, I love this track. It's lovely lo-fi, electro kind of hip-hoppy kind of thing. Sounds lovely. If you were on the URL, you'd be scoring 8+, but you're not. You're on the special of the URL, and unfortunately, we have to disqualify you. Yes, Dean, an Electribe is a groove box, not a synth. Absolutely. Well, what else have we got? Like the Micro Freak, which is not in my studio at the moment, that has drum hits on it, so I guess that counts. Because it's a synth, and you can make drum hits with it. In fact, I believe somebody later on in the thread has given us a Micro Freak challenge. So, Stevie, I'm really sorry to do this to you, and I hope that nobody minds that much, but literally, we have to disqualify you. And it's a shame. So, everything was made on one box, but it's not a synth, it's a groove box, yeah? What's a synth? That's a synth. So if I sampled everything off of the microKORG onto the ESX, and then sequenced from there, that would be fine. Unfortunately, Stevie, disqualified. Disqualified. Right, Eric is up. One synth challenge. This is the man who started this. This is the man who put all this together, who came up with all of this. And I've got to say that if you're part of the URL playlist group, take a leaf out of Eric's book. This man, just every post he creates gets fucking a ridiculous amount of reach. Look at this, 6.4k reach. Why? Because he's posing a question, and he's posing that question within something that you can tangibly get hold of and work with yourself to make things come together. Honestly, Eric is a fucking diamond find for the URL group. Really, really is. And you know, tonight is just testament to that. So let's hear what Eric has got for the challenge. And you know goddamn well that all these fucking synth hits and drum hits and synth hits and all the rest of it all came from the SEO too. I'll shut up. Listen to Eric. Turn my mic down a bit, please let me know how that is. Yenti, chilled vibes, nice one, chilled vibes. Yeah, absolutely. Eric loves his lo-fi kind of stuff, and that's fine with us here. It really, really is. He was a bit worried that when he started putting his music in, that we wouldn't be received very well. It's like, dude, we listen to music. That to me sounds like a very lo-fi, hip-hoppy kind of plodding along beat. It does it nicely, and it hit all of the criteria for what this challenge is all about. One synth, one track, every fucking noise. Eric, you're getting an 8 from me, solid 8. You followed the brief, because let's face it was your brief, and the track turned out pretty good. Even though it's your style. Does that make sense? Sounds like I'm being mean. I'm not. Right, let's move on. Lisa Benyon says, great idea. I believe she's in the chat as we speak. Okay, so Robert Westbrook. I'm seeing a lot of different faces within this as well. I know that Eric managed to pull over a lot of people from Hardware Jams and a few other places. Okay. Let's find out what this guy said about his track. Okay, thanks for the ad. Here's a jam track. I also entered in last week's Hardware Jam, solely done on the 101. Okay, now I have a 101. It's a groove box. The 101 is the smaller sister of the 707, and unfortunately, drums are included. Not this one, link below, right? Okay, no problem. Here's one I did some time back for the KVR one synth challenge. The last 1/3 is a little bit cheesy. Oh, this is Dusty River. You alright, fella? I'm not sure we've seen any of your tracks in the URL. We'd like to. Okay, you got some left-right issues going on here. See what he says about this. Unfortunately, because I need to keep the stream moving and stuff, if your comments aren't in the main thread and they're in a sub-thread, I'm gonna miss them. What you need to do is edit your original comment with the new track. If you put it in a sub-thread, I can't go searching through 400 and some fucking... it's insane. Alright, so what does Dusty River, sorry, not Dirty. Yeah, as Eric just said, you should post this track to the second thread. Mark may miss it on the night. And he's right. It's got a well happy vibe to it. Inky the Cat says this is lovely. It is. say yes. I feel like I should be playing Zelda right now. Seen you at the URL for fucking ages, mate. How's it going? He says, time for your meds. Yeah, you're fucking right. Woohoo! I'm really enjoying this, though. I'm really enjoying this track. I don't have to mark it, you know? I don't have to pick it apart for fucking anything. The only thing I will say is there's no drums in it. To say the last third is a little bit cheesy is a fucking understatement. The entire track is a bit cheesy, but there ain't nothing wrong with that. Again, is it a track? Yeah, do tracks need drums in them? I'm unsure. It was sequenced, and if it was all done on one synth, you're knocking this on the head. I like that track. It was a fun track. I'm going to give you an 8 on that one, fella. Yeah, great track, Dusty River. Thank you very much for your contribution to the special. That one counts as far as I'm concerned. Right. Just a Moog grandmother run through an FM 102 ring modulation. Okay, so is this a track? Is this a track? Again, you're talking to somebody. Hold on a minute. Let me just get rid of that advert. You're talking to somebody who likes acid techno. So if I'm looking for a track, I'm looking for a 4/4 kick, some hi-hats, some snares, some rides, you know, a bass line, a lead line, and an acid line. That's what I'm looking for in a track. That's a track to me. But that doesn't necessarily mean that is a track. Am I right? You know, there are a couple of drones tracks within this, and I don't know whether they count. But we shall see what this guy has done for us. Oh, this is actually our first ambient drone jam. Okay, 6 minutes and 22 of a drone jam. Is that a track? Is that a track? Is a drone a track? Come on, people! I need your input on this one. Are we saying yes? This passes muster, or are we saying no? Mr. Wiggly says, can we not listen to all of it, though? This is my thing. Is it a track? Actionist says, that's a very philosophical question. Thank you. And then he goes on to say, Actionist says, I personally would ban ambient more than 10 seconds if they're repeating. I can't. That's kind of where I am on it. All right, let's knock it onto the middle. Just give you a bit more volume on that. Okay, yeah, see, Dean Daughters is like, and Valdi says, it's an awesome sound, but not a track. So are we saying that this one is disqualified under the rule, breaking of rules? Again, great, lovely sound, lovely drone sound. Gonzo says, anything goes, it's all a creative, it is, and we're not taking any of that away from anybody. What we're saying is, does this adhere to the rules? Is a drone a track? Andy, I'm not sure that reasoning works. Andy says a track is a track as long as it has a wave file. Surely, no, because you can turn a lot of things into a wave file and it wouldn't be a track. You know, is this a track? Does it do what a track does? Would it fit on a dance floor? Not taking anything away from this guy at all, but you know, is it playing by the rules? Matt Rando says it's going against the spirit of the OG challenge. I agree. Ah, there we go. Jesus has put it perfectly. Welcome to the party, Papa Don't Tech. I think it might be a track, but it's not a tune, perhaps. Absolutely. Great drone, but unfortunately, I'm not sure that flows within what we are trying to convey at the moment. Lovely drone track. Grandmother makes some fucking amazing noises. But is it a track? We are not sure on this one. Okay, where are we going now? Oh, Burton Ramsey. Met this guy a few times. Right. So how many have we actually had? Let's see. What's your views on this one, people? That's an E2. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a groove box. Does that fit within the challenge? You know, we'll give it 5 minutes. We'll let it settle in. Mr. Wiggly, don't calm down. You're being perfect for the chat today. Carry on. That is not a sampler. Someone said, did he manufacture the beats? That is not a sampler. That is just your bog standard E2, which is a synth engine. Oh, no, wait. You can actually... So without some sort of explanation of how he created this track, this one's borderline for me. Rando, if you're sampling from the Deluge synth patches to make hits, fine. I agree, Actionless. I agree that this does sound like it's using stock samples from the E2. So what are we saying on this one? Borderline? It's good to see a track from Burton anyway, you know? Like I say, I haven't seen him around for a while. He's just refriended me again. Benjamin, it's about time you started then. I've never built my own, just listen and played. Build your own, my man, build your own. The E2 cannot sample, but you can use synth hits as a drum. And I don't know whether he has here or not. I'm not hearing too many either. Oh, Dean. Stop making my life hard. Why put another track in? Stop it. I suppose there was no rules on that for this one. Mr. Wiggly, there are drums built into this thing, but you can use a synth engine as a noise, as a starting point for your noise, for your drum. Yeah, Bob, it does sound like there's a lot of synth going on here and not a lot of percussion. So for me, that one sits on the fence. Nice chilled vibe going on, but for me, that one sits on the fence. Yes, Porus says the same thing. Nice track, but it is a groove box, not actually a synth. Absolutely. If it was the sample version of the synth, like I say, you can use the sound engine to create drums on this one. I'm just not sure Burton did at that point. A lot of controversy over this thread, but great to have a track from Burton in there. Okay, so Martin Blom Scavana. I'm not Martin. He says, challenge accepted. Perfect mission since I just got me a zero control. Okay. Interesting. New face to the URL. As you can see, it does look like one box, maybe two. Don't know what, maybe that might be part of the same thing. See any drums? Sammy Takayami, closest encounters of the third kind. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. I think this is all one unit, but I'm not sure. Might be two stacked against each other. Apparently John Alchemy says this machine can do big techno. At the moment we're getting swelly pads. It's about that time in the night where if you've got them, smoke them. Icky says yes, top bit synth, bottom bit sequencer. Okay, thank you very much, Icky. So technically one box, I just use it as a sequencer, right? I'd love to hear some drums. Oh, damn. We went through this at the start, vulcanized. One synth, one track, what does that mean? That means every hit from your track needs to come from one synth. Yeah? You need to craft a drum, a hi-hat, a snare, open hi-hat, wides, crashes, all from one synth, and also have the bass, the swells, the pads, the acid line, whatever, all from that one synth. So this is the problem we've got with this one as we had with the other one, with the drone track, although this feels more like a track. A really important question. Is virtual modular one synth? Says eventually the clown don't know what I'm doing. Never mind. Curious and curious, said Alice. Eat me, drink me. John Alchemy says no to modular, and I kind of agree. You need, I mean, well, I don't know. Technically, it is one synth. You just build one synth, don't you? One big box that just creates loads of noise. If there was drums, this would be nailing it. It's moved really nicely, it's evolved really well, like somebody said, it's very progressive. It's done it really, really well. Sounds absolutely beautiful. Oh, Vulcanite says, I am celebrating every single gear jam because that's what pushes the creative mind, my friend. Absolutely, 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 absolutely. And just to touch on that, the Beast used to be 2 of these racks, yeah, and I've slimmed down, and now I've got 1 techno rig, which I played with today and sounds fucking fantastic because I've slimmed it down and just using what is absolutely necessary in this rig. And the same for my new rig. There's only 3 synths in it and an acid machine running off of Ableton. So limitations are really important. Like the more kit you've got, the less creativity you have, you know. So yeah, slim down. That track was lovely. I'm giving that a 9. It was beautiful. The only thing it lacked was some drums to nail this fucking thing right on the head. As it stands, great fucking track. Moved along so nicely. Just for me, if it had drums, top of the list. Top of the list. Right, where are we going now? Damien Brooks. This one is a few weeks old. 1 synth, 1 pass, with the Poly D in mono mode. Okay. Who are we endorsing? Nobody. Still raging in the comment section. Anybody want a dog? Because I'm sick to death of this one. He looks cute. He's not. Are you? You're an annoying nightmare. Check out his nuts, they're massive. Again, drums! Give me some drums! Yes, it's track. It feels like it should be a Blade Runner track. Is what I'm hearing over the top of this. Yeah, John Alchemy says the same thing. Nice bass line needs a kick. 100%, 100%. recording skills, keeping time as well. I don't think he's not moved out of time. Yeah, literally, Dusty River said the same thing. Great timing, you know. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was sequenced. Dean Dawes, is a drone a track? Is a solo synth a track? Again. If it had drums on it somehow, somewhere, maybe sequenced on the sequencer, that would be fucking, you know, right up this challenge's street. As it is more of a drone than it is a track. Difficult to, you know. Oh, we've already had that one. Oh, Chris James, Pro Tension, get the fuck in. One synth challenge, Roland SH201. I always wanted one of these synths. We love Pro Tension as well at the Clown Army, so here we go. Everything made on the SH01. So what is this, our third track of the night, which actually gets the whole thing? Yes, Vulcanized, you can do rhythms with beats and sounds, but that was one patch with him playing that one patch. It's not a track as such. Because that is not what this challenge is about. Would you please read the rules? So, I have a challenge for you all. Make a track using only one synth. Those are the rules. Any style or genre, only rule is all sounds created with one synth. Let's do this. We can do one box jams later at a different day, but right now we're doing one synth, one track. We're not talking about jams, one box jams, we're talking about one synth, one track. Them's the rules. You can see the rules there, John. That's the rules from the 13th of September. Sounds like it's a bit drunk in the timing, it's a bit drifting. Yes, electronic sounds. One synth, one track, one man enters, no synth leaves. Vulcan, I said I am German, so don't judge me. Dude, we don't judge anybody here. We do not judge nobody, yeah? But yeah, those are the rules, Like I say, this was set up a month ago now, literally a month ago. Those were the rules designed by Eric, and now we're listening to the tracks that have come in through it. I'm more than willing to do a one box jam. Looks like he's using free loops there. Again, I believe that is the thread for voting. Was kind of expecting him to go dark techno. He went kind of almost ambient techno. It worked. Bit abrupt there, fella. the track. How you getting in the track? Like this. And that there is the SHO2. Came out fucking years ago, 18, 17 years ago, something like that. And was about £300 new, and I wish I'd got one then because they've gone up in price. Same with the Gaia. But I'm happy with what I have at the moment. Right. Who is next? See, here we have Stevie Overend, I believe it is. And Stevie is not following the rules too. So this is a groove box. The MPC-1 is a groove box, the same as the 707 is a groove box. Disqualified, Stevie, within 3 minutes. Let me just clear this up for everyone, shall I? This is a synth. You can usually tell a synth because it's got loads of knobs on it and then some keys. Not all of them have keys, but most synths do. That's a synth. If I'd taken that and sampled it into the MPC-1, all game. But a lot of people got really confused by one synth. That's one synth. All that does is make noise. That's all that does. We shall never know, Inky the Cat, whether he sampled them or not because he didn't say. I'll tell you what he did say. MPC-1 jam, that's it. That's it, MPC-1 jam. So, does this count? I think you already know my feelings on the subject. That's a groove box that Stevie is using now, which has drums and synths already in it. This is a synth. This is a synth. Yes, Inky, I'm trying to sell the System 1, simply because I've got the System 1M in the same rig and I don't want the same engines within the same rig. Will says heads are rolling tonight. Absolutely. Baldy says guillotine, get him out of there. John Alchemy says no. Actionless says let's just move on. I agree. Stevie, lovely track on the MPC-1, but it did not adhere to our rules. So unfortunately, my friend, we have to leave you there. Okay, Andres Daniel Sasbo, new name, not seen at all. Made a few years earlier with one groove box. No.
Here are the top questions I get asked about how to create professional sounding mixes in Ableton Live. How to create...
Wouldn't listen to you again. Rando mentioned this earlier. We have a deluge. I don't fully understand how a deluge works, but Mr. Wiggly's got a deluge, right? Mr. Wiggly, does the deluge come with drum hits? Can you sample the synth engine into a drum hit? Mr. Wiggly's probably getting into the spirit of things. Off with his head! Yeah, absolutely. Off with his head! Oh, Hollow Sound, we've had you in before. Now, talk to me about groove boxes. Terry Tibbs? Terry Tiggs, deluge, talk to me. John Alchemy says, funniest duo I'll ever. I'm glad because it doesn't follow the same format, so I don't know if you guys are appreciating this or, so it's very hard to tell when you're in the driving seat. But thank you for the compliment. Dean Daughter says it's full of samples. Yeah, I can imagine it would be. Mr. Wiggly says you can sample the synth engine, yes. Rando says yes, it is a groove box. So, where are we landed on the deluge? Unless we know that he's taken the synth parts and turned them into drum parts, is this applicable? Yes, Vulcanite is the queen of all groove boxes. I don't like it. It doesn't look very hands-on to me. Like, didn't we have his hand in the show earlier? Or was he just pictured the groove? No, he has just pictured the groove box. The thing that I don't like about the Deluge is not, but nobody's ever going to do this again. So, you know, put up or shut up, right? The reason I don't like the Deluge is because it's not as hands-on as the EMX. And this is what I'm looking for. I want something that's going to give me control of nearly every parameter from the main panel. What Roland decided to do was macro. Is it macro? 3 buttons to each fader. And that's great, but you need to push about 12 different buttons to get into things, and that drives me mental. And it looks like that is the same because there's shortcut keys all over the Deluge. And that's not how I want to do things at all. If it is how I'm going to do things, if I'm going to do it that way, I'll do it in Ableton. Just, you know, if I can't get it that hands-on, you know, but that's just me, okay? I'm one person in 8 billion, don't fucking listen to me ever. So, where are we landing on this? Is this one disqualified or what? Mr. Bigley says, Groovebox with samples on this, cheating, boo! That's, you know... Bob again, alright, off goes his head, yeah. Professor Dixby, are you talking to me? How you're not rocking the Novation circuit tracks is beyond me. Don't like Novation. Really don't like Novation. Okay, I'm going to talk about this track because it is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Hollow Sound. Awesome track, mate. Awesome track. You're showing us exactly why people should buy a Deluge. Thing sounds fucking brutally good. Crisp, clean, lovely sounds. Track was laid out lovely. But did it qualify for our One Synth One challenge? I'm not sure it does. And so for those reasons, you are out of here. All right, next up. Lovely track, though. Lovely fucking track. Okay, coming up next, Danny Oskid. Now that the admins let me in. all right. I got shit going on. Big thanks. Here comes mine, made only with sounds from the modal Argon 8. Ooh, I've not looked at the Argon 8 much, but I thought about it as a replacement for the System 1. So this I shall like to see. Oh, we're endorsing somebody. Waterworlds. Da-da-da-da! Don't fuck me over for copyright issues. I'm hoping that the drum sounds came from it as well. Oh, John, that's a brilliant idea. Stay there. It's a good job I wasn't talking over this. I'll do the whole spiel when we get back. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, dude. Fresh face around the URL, this bloke. Put in a really quirky track that didn't strike me, but I'm liking this a lot. Totally good track, totally good noises. Think it should deserve like an 8.5 or something. I think that's the 5th track that follows all of our rules. Anyway, because I had the microphone muted, I shall do that again. Right, the ref is here. Fucking one synth, one track challenge. Let's fucking go. Let's have it down. The ref is now in his clothes, in his spot, ready to fucking kick anybody out who's not fucking adhering to the rules. You best be adhering to the rules, otherwise you will be fucking gone quick time. Anyway, that was a lovely track. So if you decide that that track for you hit this challenge right on the head, then there, I believe, is the place. Come on. There, I believe, is the place for you to go and vote for this track. And that was the Argonauts. Danny. Let's just call him Danny. It's easier on me. Okay, so Paul, where is the track? Okay, this is a DeFam. All the sounds were designed in MPX from DeFam through Typhoon's FX filter. Okay, so here we have possibly our 6th track that will adhere to the rules. Where's the volume bar? There we are, Max. Okay. Uber fucking quiet, this one. Let's find the volume. Okay, are we going to have a groove box talk again? Are we going to have to go through this again? You can use a groove box, not a problem. You can use, but you have to tell us. You have to tell us the process that you went through. You didn't just use a groove box, right? You can use a groove box. We are not adverse to you using a groove box. The 707 is a perfect example of how you can use a groove box. What you do is you set up a tone track. Okay, tone tracks are synthesizer tracks, and then what you do is you craft that sound into a drum hit, and then you sample that onto the drum pads. That's not a problem. You can use a groove box, but if you're just using the presets within the groove box, then that's not what this challenge is. It's got to come from one synth patch. Everything has to come from one synth patch. I'll be clear. Well, apparently it's coming with the DeFam is a drummer from another mother. So apparently everything is coming from the DeFam. The DeFam is a drum thing. As far as I can tell, all the noises are coming out of there, and it's just being run through this thing's filter. guess as to how the DeFam works. I'm going to guess that these are the presets, like the hi-hat, those are your channels. It's a modular drum machine, so essentially this is a one-box jam adhering to our rules. So who was it earlier? Vulcanized. So this should be right up your street, mate. I can't wear that, it's fucking pulling my head right in. Jonathan Arcross says that the DeFam is bloody lovely. I've never been that keen on analog drum machines, if I'm honest. Good track, really good track. And if this is all coming from the DeFam, guys, hit it on the head. On dark and down. Camera doesn't want to work tonight. John, exactly. It's a percussive semi-modular synth, I believe. But yeah, it's like literally, I'm guessing you've got like tracks and you make your drums or whatever you want from that, I guess. Prof, I haven't ignored you. What are you saying, fella? I don't know. I wouldn't. Where am I going to put a circuit? Where am I going to put a circuit? Oh, and that is the end of that. That is a shame. I think that track hit it on the head. That was one synth. Be it a drum synth, you know. You could have used the Tomcat, I suppose. They're all drums. But that was lovely. That was really chunky, really nice, deep, broody techno. I really like that. Right. So I'm going to give you like 8.9 on that one. I thought that was really fucking good. So, oh, this is action. Oh yeah, this is actionless, loveless. Hardcore techno beat with all tracks recorded on the Korg Volca kick. Okay. Prof, I've got 1, 2, 3 analog pieces of kit in the entire studio. 3 pieces of analog kit in the entire studio. Oh, hello. Only gripe I have about that one is it's too short. That was great. That was absolutely, bang on. You used pretty much what that last guy did, but in a more limited environment. You just used the Volca kick. Fucking great. Smashed it out of the fucking park. If it was a bit longer, I'd give you an 8 point something. Absolutely lovely track. All right, where are we now? Okay, so Eric posting for somebody else. Okay, so yeah, a track created fully with the Moo Grandmother, all sounds coming from this great machine, sampled into Ableton, 88 BPM. Now that guy who put in the other Grandmother video just did a drone, yeah? If he'd done this, he'd be right in. I think we're up to about 7 tracks now, 7 tracks that have followed our rules. Just got a Grandmother. 1, 2, that's better, we're back. So yeah, Stevie Overend's just bought Grandmother, and I keep saying Hell Hydra. You don't get the complex sounds out of the Grandmother as you do the Hydra. Yeah, it's come back now. My tech's falling apart. I'm really sorry I missed the interview last week. Hopefully we can reschedule again for this coming Monday. Last week? Last night. Gonzo's now Googling the Fam. It's a great drum machine, it really is. BLSD. Awesome put together track, really well put together. Now when Eric put this track up in the playlist group. I jumped on it like, I don't know, five or six comments deep, and I'm like, this is too much effort. This is not how I make music. I like to be quick and instant. That's why I like the EMX so much, because it's hands-on. But the time it takes to take almost nothing, literally almost nothing, a sine wave or whatever, and turn it into all that beautifulness that was in that track. Good fucking work, fella. Giving you a 9 on that one. Not my thing at all, but the fact that you created it and crafted it, and just absolutely lovely. Right, okay. Shall we play a track that Warren did that I added an acid line from the Neutron to? This is all from the Neutron, and it's 99% Warren. I went over and he finished resequencing it, and I added an acid line from the Neutron. So this is completely all on the Neutron. Drum hits, synth hits, swells, pads, acid lines, the whole fucking lot. But unfortunately, there's no video. So there we go. But yeah, this is all on the Neutron. Is a Psy machine, and literally, like, as soon as Warren loaded up the track, I'm like, that's very Psy, mate. He's like, it is. Let's angry it up a little bit. So this is what we're trying to do. Many angled ones. There will be more challenges to come. I'm hoping that Eric is thinking of one right now that he can post next week. All these sounds are indeed coming from the Neutron. I wasn't there when he pulled all of the sounds off the Neutron, but I'm looking at the Ableton file, and at the top of it, it's got Neutron kick, Neutron hi-hat, Neutron. So all this, Warren said when he got the machine, he wanted to geek out on it, and he wanted to see what this thing could do. So this entire track. Apparently 10 Mil is hosting next week's Hardware Jam Challenge. So I'll try and get into that, but I don't know what I'm doing next week yet. So for me, as with the last one, hits it on the head. If I wasn't involved with this, I'd be scoring this a 9. Fast, pacey, everything from one synth, sequence in Ableton, job's good at. We might have to do this in 2 parts, people. Psytrance door. Tech trance. I can't even pick out the line that I was responsible for in that. So that is the War Minstrels track with a little sprinkle of Pierrot as a clown, just a little sprinkle. Okay, Hamilton is up next. And he says, making progress, but it's a tough one. Learning a lot on this versatile synth. Listen to Synth Only Project by Hamilton. What synth are you using, fella? This track is private. Thank you very much, Jonathan Arcross. It was a pleasure to be involved in it, but literally it was mostly Warren's work. Tunatic says great use of the neutron. Absolutely is. Warren knows his way around all the synths that he's got. Dusty Rivers, I really like that. And Professor Dick to beat, give it an 8. So it's all good, right? Yeah, Mr. Wiggly, it'd be good to know what synth this is. Your guillotine is poised. I understand totally. Right, so a bit of a work in progress from Glenn there. Says it was all from one synth. We'd like to know what synth it was, unfortunately. And Matt's put another track in. 1 track per entry, I'm afraid, ladies and germs. Okay, so we have Eric submitted for somebody else now. A lot of people couldn't get into the group for some reason. I have no idea why.
Did you know the pressure
nobody knew
inside
nothing. Don't tell us anything. Beatmeister Shaban. Again, no write-up. Okay, apparently it's from a Euro Rat group. Does this count? The synth was Slinth. Oh, I see. VST. Ah, right. I read that as synth. Okay, so Actionless has just informed us that the synth used in the last one is a VST and it's Slinth. S-Y-L-E-N-T-H. Yeah, I knew there was going to be some controversy over this one. Dean says, this is a full system, not one synth. Are we axing it, people? Are we axing it? Tanks says, obey the rules or get out. I agree. John Alchemy says, kill it. I like where it's going, I do, but it doesn't adhere to our rules. We must have rules. If there's no rules, it's just fucking anarchy. But I like where it's going. We'd kind of like to see where it's going to go. Okay, so that's the fourth move on. We're moving on. Okay. Alright, okay, that was me. Okay, so Colin Andrews, you are up next. Before getting into Eurocrack, I used to do these in software. Since Eurorack, I've done a few pieces, just one oscillator, though I take several outputs and treat them differently to get things like this happening. First one is just Mind Phaser, doing a kind of multi-grunge type GR. Well, let's have a listen to that then, shall we? Alright, this is just the Mind Phaser. Okay. See where it goes. Yeah, Eric says drop some drums. I agree. So where are we standing on this one, people? Okay, Catastrophe, how's it going, my man? This one? It all came from one box, so just one little kick drum. Is it a drum? Or a tune? It's aggressive, it's nice. Yeah, there's lots of rhythmical percussive elements going on, but there's no kick. If that would have had drums, that would have hit this challenge right on the head. As it is, apparently this is one synth with multiple outs coming out of it, doing different things, you know, to modulate it in different ways. So it fits perfectly with what we're doing. It had loads of rhythmical patterns in there within, but it didn't have like hits, you know, like a drum boof and some hats. If it had had hits and hats, you'd have been there for me. Great track, lovely progression. Tiny bit repetitive, but you know. That was that guy. Okay, so next, Ger Odal. Opal. Odal. Opdal. One day I'll learn to read.
You're good at finding blockages.
I am very good at finding
domain
blockages.
Names. Relax, darlings. I own this.
There we go. Sleeper Cell for M. War Drone. How long are we? 12 minutes. I'm just going to knock you on a bit. Where did we land on drones? Is that Tech Tune? Tuner Tech says I'd have to have used either drums, cheating, or layers, not my MO. All live for me now. Yeah, totally understand, totally understand. If you could, like I say, I wasn't, you know, if you could have got drums in there, nail on the head. Right, it's 12-minute long drone. I'm just gonna up it a bit. Again. This synth makes some awesome noises, but it's one voice. Whereas, you know, you're taking one voice and splitting it into, like, I don't know, 6 drum parts and maybe 5 synth parts. You know, so you're then at like 11 parts of stuff rather than just the one going up. Yeah, the synth itself sounds amazing. Does it fit within what we're looking for? That's a great name for a band, Movement 81. Fingers Too Fat for a Volca. Oh, I don't know how many oscillators this one has, 10? Let's just knock them on. Aldi says single note challenge. Yeah, that's what this is. Appreciate the drone. Appreciate, you know, sonically what is, you know, how it's sounding. I'm just not sure that we are. Again, if you'd have sampled it and put it into a DAW or a sampler and then made a track out of it, perfect. Like, you don't even need to do that, you know, you could have done it with video as well. You could just hand drum a little beat out and then repeat that video in the corner down here. And just have that audio playing. That would have been perfect too. Just as long as all the sounds are coming from that synth, you're all fucking good, fella. Right, moving on. Eric again, posting for somebody else. From Eurocrack Group, 1 synth, processed through 1 flanger, 2 tubes, 1 reverb, and mixed in a DAW. Okay. Right. Shit. said I'm sure you can guess which synth it was. That was beautiful. Remind me of Hitchcock Guillotine a bit, but like way pulled back than what Hitchcock Guillotine does. If that was on the URL, that would be scoring really, really highly. I think you'd be rimming a 9 on that one, mate. If I'd have known that you'd made all this synth hits on one synth, I'd probably give you a 9.5 on it. So fucking rocking track. What would I do to improve it? Nada. Good as it is. Hey, feel like we're at the URL. Okay, so Robert. Eric posting for another Euro crack. Okay. In this project, I'm going to create a full track where all the voices come from Plateus. Was that? Oh. Okay, sit back. Catch you later, Prof Dick. We don't do these challenges that often, but you know, if Eric wants to put another challenge up next week, then we'll do it next month. So maybe we'll do one a month. Who knows? Oh, that's loud. Yeah, Bob, honestly, this guy's smashed it out of the park. He's telling you exactly what the fuck's going on. I don't even need to talk. Had a key step for a little bit. It wasn't me. Or was it a beat step? Yeah, Dean, apparently this is one module. I don't know if everything else is modulated or FX. Septic Smile, how's it going, my man? Have you got one in here? Is this you? Johnny Dean has the same modular synth. You're young as fuck then, mate. In 2068, I'll be 81. 2068, I'll be fucking dead, mate. Okay, no problem. By the way, start prepping a CF7 set, fella. I'm going to try and do the playlist this week, playlist and set list this week. But I'm having a few issues. Dude, that was fan-fucking-tastic. You totally ran with the brief. You totally ran with the brief, and you nailed it in a completely different way to a lot of people that are nailing it here. You went completely hardware out of it. You knew that your beat step, was it a beat step? Looked like a beat step. Was going to be able to do the job that it needed to do, and it, you know, thoroughly drove those synths in a way that made a track. That was really, really good. I like awesome track. Not really my thing, a little bit ambient, but it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. 9 comfortably. All right, Jason Smith. And I like the fact that Eric did aftercare on this thread as well. As soon as somebody posted something, he'd like it. Not as soon as, you know, he'd like it and then go back and have a conversation about it. That's what I want from the group. Interaction between you bastards. This song was made with Mutable Instruments Edge module and the Hex Inventor MIDI 2CV module. I sequenced all the notes and drums with Resolute, Renoise. The Edge module is a quad chiptune audio generator, and all the sounds you hear are from the actual chip rather than the sample. Fun stuff, yeah, absolutely. Mr. Wiggly says, who's this? This is Sonic Circuitry. Don't forget, all the entries are here. in the poll. Please go and, like, I don't know if we want a winner as such, but we just want, I don't know, give a prize to somebody at the end of it for knocking it on the head or something. Oh, that was the end of it. Yeah, like everybody said, that was a fun track. Really enjoyed listening to it. Yeah, would have liked some bigger drum hits in there. I get where you were going with the percussive stuff, but they didn't quite sound like drums to me. It'd been nice if you could. But again, awesome track on a one box sequenced. Yeah, absolutely great. Oh, Yenti. Yenti, how did you make this, fella? It's only 2 minutes, we can forgive that intro. Everything came from one synth. This is one synth patch, right? One synth, then quality. Your usual banging self, but not quite as crazy and schizophrenic as usual. Like it. Oh, here we go. I was going to go to the toilet, but not now. Septic Smile. Whole track on a Micro Freak. This guy got skills. Check him out. Doing the video thing. Perfect. say microdose, or is that your predictive text going crazy there, Mr. Wiggly? Yeah, Seb, I agree with you. I don't get on with my microfreak for that reason. I don't really understand it fully. Neither do I. It's a bonkers synth. Was that it? Oh, Seb.
The thing is...
No, the
this
thing is
monkey
not.
right
Do
here-
not do it. Shush now. I'm already thinking up to Seb's thingy. Anyway, yeah, Seb, great. I loved the way that you conveyed that one over to us. And literally, I was talking about it 2 tracks ago, where you could put extra videos in of that same synth just doing percussive work, and you'd only have to do like a 4-bar loop. Awesome run with the idea, Seb. Like it a lot. Can't wait to see your set at Clownfest 7, mate. The problem with the microfreak is the noises that come out of it sound really fucking weird, and I don't know where I'm going to put it in my setup is the problem. And so for that kind of thing, all jamming all on its own, sounding like some sort of crazy, 1600s harpsichord, works really, really well. Put it in this kind of rig, and it's like, ooh, that feels really weird. But Seb, yeah, good stuff. Right, where are we going? Andy Joyce. Let's just kick it off. I love one synth part jams. Recently I made this spacey all wave station jam with a looper. Okay. I really need a wee. I'm really sorry, fella. That's twice tonight. That means there'll be a third. Sorry. No, I muted it because I didn't think you wanted to listen to me going for a piss. Of doing something if you don't have a DAW, and it's sounding brutal. He's in the chat. Dude, that was fucking phenomenal, mate. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. Like the idea of how you managed to get these samples into something and sequence it. A lot of people are using DAWs. One guy was using the key step. That I know another great way to manipulate samples. I didn't realize the rhythm could take samples. I may have gotten a rhythm ages ago instead of an A4. Oh, great stuff, man. Absolutely awesome stuff. Yeah, track of the night for me, I think, that one. Okay, next up, Korg Minolog, one synth track. J. Hannah. Clever. Clever, clever, clever. Winning points already. Yeah, Rack Tanks, that was a stunning track for me. That was literally track of the night. Again, I'm loving this guy's approach to doing it. Oh, actually, let me get rid of me for a minute. You can actually see what he's doing. Lovely approach to this again. You know, we were just talking about different ways of doing things. Seb's way of doing it. There's the Ableton way of doing it. Who else did we have? That was compliment. Oh, I can't remember his name now. Oh, Rectex, Realtex, Real. Anyway, that dude on the thingy, and then this guy with the looper pedal. Top marks, my man. Top marks. Absolutely top marks. Yeah. One synth, nailed it on the fucking head.
You are super fit, Steph.
Shh. Let's just subscribe. I'm going to run through the thread tomorrow and say, you know, you were good and blah blah blah. because that was really fucking good. Okay, next up we have Rick Holt, frequency controlled EDP Wasp. What? Ah, brilliant. Yeah, it looks like an original Wasp as well, sir. So yeah, my words exactly. Holy fucking wow. A few things to say about this. Frequency Central, is that? Dude. What an absolutely awesome display of knowing your synth inside and fucking out. Just awesome. Great display. And again, using a similar looper pedal. I believe it was 2-channel looper. So yeah, like really limited in what you, well no, because you can keep looping them up, I suppose. But yeah, that Wasp sounded fucking awesome. Yeah, like again, you ran with the challenge. You understood exactly what was required of you and produced a wonderful piece of beautiful music. Somebody said Vangelis. Yeah, it was all awesome. Even Dean Daughters is like, wow, electronic sounds. He knows his fucking shit and his sounds and all the rest of it, and just that was something special, mate. That really was. And you just put enough percussion in there just to keep it kind of rhythmical. It was really good, really good. Okay, next up, John Alchemy.
Some distortion.
Oh, shh. There we go.
some distortion. Now some hi-hats. We have the hats, let's make a snare. Yeah. Now some bass line.
Signed out of a fucking Model D? That leady sound, high pitched, you got out of a fucking... Ain't no question that you understood that challenge. Not one question in that. Not only did you understand the challenge, but you then literally created that in front of us in about 3 fucking seconds, slammed it into your door, and made a track out of it. If you'd have had another 3 or 4 days on it, mate, it would have been a little longer. It doesn't need to be. You literally went, this is how you do it. Boom. Unbelievably good video, my man. John Alchemy, that was beautiful. That literally was beautiful. It couldn't have been more clear and concise and precise and just where it needed to be. That was fucking rocking, mate. Okay, Micro Monster 2 on all sound, sampled into an MPC, except one of the synth lines is playing out of the MM2 as I recorded this quick little noodle. Okay, I don't know what the MM2 is, so somebody run to Google. I think we might let you off, fella. Oh, this is Valdi. If I read that one. Mr. Wigley, I don't think there are any rifles involved in this one. Audio thingy. Yeah, we all like a good audio thingy. Well, it's kind of got the Russian sound to it, Baltic. evening, ladies and germs. 10 left to go. Yep, just mentioned it, I can hear it, because I'm not concentrating on myself. Nice track. Yeah, it sounded kind of Baltic to me, but it was fun. That was what I took about that one. Bob Van Hove says that's a capable little box. That nice work. Yeah, yeah. I've looked at it a few times, but never actually pulled the trigger on it. So yeah, good track, great track. I'm already following you, so we can move on. Hit nail on the head. Oh bugger. Where were we? There. Okay, so Michael Bath coming up next. Someone we haven't seen a lot around the URL. Worker Grey. All saying this came from one sample. We Keep It Grey by the Bureaucrats on Futurama, as voiced by Billy West. Eric, this is your baby. What are your rules on that? I'll read that again. All sounds come from one sample. We kept it grey. I think do one sample is a good idea. I shouldn't have any reverb on my voice, that's probably because I'm getting a little bit hoarse.
We kept it grey.
Literally nothing.
We kept it grey.
Mike might be on its way out. Might not be as close to the mouth as it could be.
We kept it grey.
Expect that she got another hour to go, so we're still here for a little while, man. Yeah, how do we land on this one? It's not a synth, it's a sample, but everything has come from that, so I do like the idea of doing a one sample challenge, like give out a sample and you've got to make a track for it. Pitching it up, down, that kind of thing. You don't hear us? Hear me? Why not? 1 2 1 2, how's that? I genuinely believe that that should be the next challenge. One sample. That dog needs shooting. All somebody's got to do is fart when they walk past the door, and he's just fucking barking his fucking nuts up. Anyway, that was great. I really love the concept of that and would like to do a special about it. However, it's not even a synth. But you know, I'm going to give you 9 points for being creative, you know, and kind of shoehorning your way into a one synth, one track challenge. You know, I think we should count that one. I really do. I really do. It kind of rolled with the theme and just went mental with it. Yeah, I like it. Right. Alistair, done. Glad I leaned forward because that did not.
Dave
look like
isn't
that
just
now.
repeats. We're full of brand new
Nope. Dark Cell. I wanted to see how far I could go with a single monophonic synthesizer. In this case, a Korg MS-20, so like Charlie Ryan did earlier. The aim was to use the synth to emulate orchestral instruments as far as possible. Jesus Christ. I chose the Mozart Symphony in 4, number 40 in G minor, simply because it's a favourite piece. Each instrument in this orchestra is a separate track. 8 first violins, 8 second violins, 6 fucking hell. Oh, shut up. Yeah, John, I was thinking that myself. It does sound like a MIDI file playing. Which, you know, it's absolutely fine. I just think we would give him more kudos if he was actually playing it himself. I think is what we're saying now, right? I don't think we're going to do the full 7 minutes. It just sounds very regimented, you know, instead of some sort of slog between the notes that are there. Don't get me wrong, like, the effort that this man went through to create this piece of music is insane. There are a ridiculous number of parts in this. 8, 16. That's 4, 6, 48. 49 tracks in total. But it does seem to me that it has been quantized. I appreciate the effort you have gone through to make your synth sound like this, and I would never have expected an MS-20 to give up those kind of sounds. If you played it yourself, I will give you top kudos on that. If you didn't and it's quantized to MIDI, fair play for taking that long with your synth. Is where we're on with that one, I think. Awesome concept though, really good concept. Like, you know, talk about taking the challenge to the next level. You know, that's where. Oh, now create a piece of classical music. Okay, so a lot of conversation, no tracks, and here we go. We are under the last 10, ladies and gentlemen. 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 30 seconds. Electronic. Check that. Microfreak. Made a correct track, all the sounds created on one synth, the Microfreak. Underground, one synth challenge, Microfreak Acid. This is some guy who knows how to use his Microfreak. No worries, tune track. Tune a track. I'll read one day. I know that the Microfreak comes shipped with some sort of drum patches in it. Electronic. So at what point are we calling it a groove box? I don't think we should call it a groove box. Was one synth, so literally, like, you know, synths are made of initial programs, and you know, every patch is then, you know, created from that thing. So you could have potentially pulled those out yourself, whether this guy did or not actually pull all those samples out himself, start with an initial patch, or find one of the patches within it that already had a drum preset on it, which, you know, one synth, one challenge, nailed it on the head, sounded beautiful. 808. Yeah, I wish I could use my Microfreak like that. I think it hates me. That was Jasper de Jong. Yeah, awesome. TJ Doyer. Let's open this up. I've got 2 tracks. This is the first release on an EP a few years back, done entirely on a modded Korg Monotribe and sequence mix mastered in Ableton. Fucking hell, you brave bastard. I've had them on a tribe, and they are absolutely tiny, and they the noise capability is not great in them. So I am absolutely looking forward to this. How long is it? Hold on, let me just. This is the. I don't know if any of you know what the monotribe is, right? But Korg released the Electribe range, and they were small. Hey, Buffer's in the building. How's it going, my love? And they released the small ones, the Electribes, and I got a couple of those, and I loved them. And then they moved on to these. Well, they changed the cases, and then they moved on to these, and I'm like, wow, I want one of those. And then shortly after, they came out with the monotribe, and it's a tiny little plastic thing like this. It's awful. It's got monotron delay input on it. It's got like 5 knobs on it. Honestly, I was like, this is a step backwards, Korg. And then, of course, we got the E2, and then after that, we started getting Volcas. So, you know, kudos for this guy for making it on a really small piece of kit. Anyway, listen. Yes, Amy, I am dressed as a referee. I had a headband on, but it was squeezing my head. Yeah, people have been ruthless all night. Chopping people's heads off, guillotines all over the places, and kicking them out the door. Been paying attention to the rules tonight, that is for sure. Tribe, ladies and gentlemen. You can pick them up for about £100, £120. They're fun little units, they really are. Mine never sounded like this. Right, I don't know how many tracks of the night I've had so far, but that is definitely up there with it. 10 views. Put up in fucking hell. Put up in 2017, that is fucking scandalous. Go over there and tell him you like it. That was awesome. Like, absolutely awesome. That was just off of such a tiny little box. Mate, you did really fucking well on that one. I'd love to play the other one, but it's one per show, unfortunately. Whoa, we are coming up to the end. Stefan Attic. Alrighty. I have no doubt in my mind that this man thoroughly followed the rules. Amy Buffin bringing a brand of humour to the chat group. Keep it up, my love. How are you going to last this one out for 6 minutes, fella? Bob says, so with 11 craves, you wouldn't even need to sample. No. serious contenders for this challenge for me. Mr. Wiggly, the whole thing's lovely. On the whole, fucking cracking track. Yeah, seriously, for me, there's like 5 serious contenders of who nailed this, you know, the best for me. Fanatic 12,000 just flopping his knob out on the table and going, check out the size of my penis in an 80s electro way. Fucking unbelievable stuff, mate. Yeah, the tracks just keep getting better and better. Absolutely, the past sort of 30 minutes have just been insanely good. That scores a 10 at least from me, my man. Yeah, another track of the night. I do not know who is gonna, you know, who is gonna win this challenge. But yeah, there are 5 in the thingy for me for sure. What happened? Why are we back there? Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh, Inti Smith's up next. We haven't seen you around the URL for a while. Chiptune gorgeousness on an M8. Now she's been posting about this for a while. Dedication to do it on what is essentially a tiny little thing with like 5 buttons on it. I wouldn't have the patience. 3 tracks left. How is that possible? And suddenly it was over. Really digging what Inti does. Like her whole production, the whole output that she's got is just phenomenally good. It's crisp, clean, the whole, you know. Chris T says Inti is a crazy genius. You are not wrong. Kickstarter or something, you know, something along those lines. And she got her hands on a prototype, and now she's got, you know, the actual produced production one. And literally like every third post or something is her M8 post, and you can understand why, right? Fox Family says, good work, I wait for it. Yeah, you know, if that's how you like programming your music, then you know that little gadget looks like you know a great little addition to your party. But again, you know, which is half the reason I don't like the 707, and all of the reason I like doing it over here with like hands on to everything, even if it means I'm, you know, making harder work for myself, which I am. Brilliant, that's how it should be. Inti, that was absolutely amazing. I don't think there was one comment in that thread that was not complimentary at all. Yeah, keep slamming your stuff our way, please do. Every other Monday we'll take 2 tracks off you. Yeah, Inti, great track. Another contender right now. Got to make sure that there is no tracks here. There we go. Hang on, let's get this one out there. Kim Alex. Okay. No write-up. Made with an Electroid 2 synth. Okay, so now we're back in the Groovebox argument. I think by our own rules that we set earlier in the evening, we've already got 1 killer from John Alchemy. If I get another one, next move on and we'll move on. Track. If he'd have done it with the sampler, I might have let it slide. But as it is, under the rule, I'll give it a DJ skip. Yeah, John, you're totally right. Thank you for being the voice of reason. And it's gone. Everything except kick, bass, and drums. I'm pretty sure that we can disqualify that on the grounds that everything has to come from everything except the kick, bass, and drums. I'm not too sure that counts, which brings us on to. Oh, we've got 3 more tracks left. It looks like someone's put in a sub thread. Nah, we're good. I picked up on that one. I'm tempted to save Mr. Wiggly for last. I really am.
Hi, welcome to the video. Around a month ago, the wonderful Eric Lewing came up with a great idea, asking people to make a track from scratch using only one synthesizer for all the sounds. The deadline is tonight. I've left it till the last minute as usual. It's Monday lunchtime. I've got about 3.5 hours to come up with something. I've got my trusty Behringer B2600 Blue Meanie to make all the noises. I would normally put that through my Sherman filter bank, but I've lent it to Pierrot the Acid Clown to make some dank kicks with. So I have my Schwayman filter that I'm going to put it through. Adds a little bit of warmth and just allows me to kind of play with the bottom end a little bit, and will also help speed things up. So fingers crossed, here we go.
Fade to grey. Bringing every last drop out of that track. That was beautiful. So again, what will be eight contenders for track of the night now. Mr. Wiggly knocking it out of the park, my man. They say music is like I don't know, was it 50% recognition, or you know, like remembering a track, and that just, you know, it sounded so close to it, but wasn't it, you know, to enough for people to go, I think I know this and like this, you know. Great 80s, 90s, 80s, sorry, new romantic kind of sound there to it. Just absolutely fucking beautiful. And what an awesome display on one synth. Yeah, and again, it showed us at the beginning, here's this, here's that, and then just fucking, you know, rolled out that chord progression. Ding, 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 ding. Just fucking, you know, it's classic. Mr. Wiggly doing what Mr. Wiggly does the best. Man, thank you so much for your entry. Topping off the night for me is that one. Right, so somebody stuck one here which I may have missed, but fortunately Facebook decided to. Oh, it's on a reface. Oh, it's only 2 minutes long. Excuse you in, fella. Synth. Explorer making a track only using the synth. It is an example of the Yamaha Reface DX, a very affordable and versatile 4-operator FM synthesis with built-in effects. Chris says it's most excellent. It is most excellent. Yes, great track. Again, from the 80s stock, and I believe himself, he said, he mentioned something about that. Let me just, here's my contribution. Went in a 180-degree different direction than your analog example, Dominic Hawkin. Yeah, the digital style. Two great tracks to back, you know, and we have ended the night with the man who has been in the chat and active as hell. Makes everyday reward. The entire night. Dean Daughters, Electronic Sound, or Prison Prime is ending the show this evening with he doesn't know. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's Dean from Electronic Sounds. Stick around, I want to show you a track that I wrote in Beatmaker 3 using only Synthmaster 1 on iPad as the sound source. Stick around, let's check it out.
Electronic Sounds Audio, the YouTube channel for you.
Dean, don't worry about late entry. You're closing the night. honestly, I genuinely believe that he made this from one synth patch. The way he's sequencing it might be Groovebox X, but I believe it was literally. Just one synth making the patches and then sequencing it with. Yep. Recorded all sounds into a DAW from one synth. Totally, 100% rocks with what.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope maybe this has inspired you to see what you can create inside of Beatmaker 3 using only one synth. Be sure and subscribe for more shenanigans.
Yeah, please do that. Dean works very hard on his YouTube channel. He cares a lot about it. He's got 12,000 subscribers at the moment, but he could always do with one more. So I'm there. Please hop over there to Dean's channel and yeah. Great track, Dean. Absolutely awesome track. Yeah, I think you nailed the brief right on the head. And it was literally all sequenced on the iPad there. Beatmaker 3. And we did a little plug for them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been 470 some comments, 50 odd tracks in the thread. That has been one show that was all thought up in the mind of Eric Lewing. Eric, without you, this would not have been possible. And yeah, we knocked it out of the park in under 4 hours, which is fucking brilliant. I thought it was going to be a 5-hour show. I'm glad some of the tracks were just a couple of minutes long and we skipped some people for disqualifications. Anyway, this has been a URL special. I want to thank all the producers that put in. I'm going to try and friend them all up so that they all put more music into the URL, because this was fun. I'm hoping Eric is going to do another challenge sort of next month or whenever he feels like, putting one up, because these are great. I genuinely enjoy doing them. I don't have to pick the tracks apart. I just have to pick like the ones that I like, and literally tonight Dean's makes 9 tracks that are potentially for me in the top. So well, we'll see. I'll go vote tomorrow, and I advise you lot to go vote tomorrow as well. I'll do a thank you post containing everybody who was in the thread, hopefully. This video and the poll. Maybe I'll put the poll in the comments. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this evening, even if you only popped in for a couple of minutes just to say hello and then pop back out again. Dean, thank you so much for your contribution to tonight, and yeah, I couldn't have thought of a better person to end things off with. If you liked or commented or shared or smashed that like button tonight, you are awesome. If you put a track into the thread because you're a fantastic producer, thank you so much. I wish I had a co-host here, but I don't. So I'll thank myself, and I will leave you this evening with what was I going to leave you with this evening? Oh yeah, sure. Let's play me and Warren's track for this challenge as we end the evening. It's been awesome. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of this. You can catch me next Tuesday here on the URL. Where we will be reviewing your tracks that you put into the thread that goes up on Monday, the whatever Monday is, the 11th, I think it is. Right, I'm off. It's been a pleasure. Check me and Warren, and please vote in the poll for who you think nailed this challenge on the head, and we will, I don't know, we'll get some sort of gift out to him. I'll knock up a trophy, I suppose. I'll spray paint a rubber duck gold, write winner on it, and charge them a tenner for postage. That seems good to me. Anyway, see you later.